Hello everyone, in today's episode of 1 Year Life Transformation, we're going through part 1 of 100 ways to motivate yourself. Hello everyone, part of the 1 Year Life Transformation is giving tips, tools, nuts and bolts on how to really motivate yourself daily to embrace life and all the multitudes it offers. This 5-part series that I'm presenting now is on a book that I read that really changed my life. It was by an author known as Steve Chandler, and it was simply called 100 Ways to Motivate Yourself. The author had researched some of the most influential people in the world and had written down 100 ways specifically those individuals had motivated to create the life of their dreams, and I present those to you now. As always, I'm going to start with a quote, and that quote is, "You have no personality. That each of us has a fixed personality is a myth. It is self-limiting and it denies us power of continuous creation. In our ongoing creation of who we are, nothing has a greater impact on that process than the choice we make between optimism and pessimism. There are no optimistic or pessimistic personalities. There are only single, individual choices for the optimistic or pessimistic thoughts." Charlie Chaplin once entered a Charlie Chaplin lookalike contest in Monte Carlo, and the judges awarded him 3rd place. Personalities overrated. Who we are is up to us. Steve Chandler. What a great quote. So often in this world we label ourselves and remove our individual choice. We call ourselves men, women, Christians, Muslims, and we believe that our choices are designed for us. That's not true. Every conscious decision you make in the moment develops who you are as a person. Not your past, not where you think you're going in the future, but the decision you make in the present moment. So I will now present the first part of this series to you of 100 ways to motivate. Number 1, get on your deathbed. Once you visualize being on your deathbed and asking yourself what's important in life, it's very easy to then, from the moment during your normal life, to start acting on those things. Generally, it's not until we're on our deathbed that we really come to face with what's important. When we're happily alive and thinking that we're going to live for years, we can put all our dreams, hopes and aspirations in a box and wait for later. But when later's never coming, the important things come to the forefront. Number 2, stay hungry. When Steve Chandler, the author, was interviewing Arnold Schwarzenegger in the Tucson Inn, he asked Arnold, now that he'd retired from professional bodybuilding, what was he going to do? Arnold said to him, I'm now going to be the #1 box office movie action hero in the world. And Steve Chandler laughed because at that time he'd only had one role that had failed. Staying hungry, no matter what you've achieved, and Arnold Schwarzenegger already achieved the most he could ever achieve in bodybuilding, is so important. There's so much more to embrace. When you think you've embraced it all, the universe will provide you with more. Number 3, tell yourself a true lie. Steve Chandler's children were asked at school one day to tell a lie about themselves that was positive, and the children would stand up and say things like, "I'm great at running. I really am the best drawer in the world." And what's interesting is that those kids and the self-esteem that they built from that was tangible. Steve saw his children come home and act like they were fantastic drawers and practice running in the backyard. Sometimes you just need to tell yourself what you want to be and follow that action. Number 4, keep your eyes on the prize. So often we allow small things to frustrate us. The sayings, throw the baby out with the bathwater or cut your nose off in spite of yourself, is so true. When you know what you want and you know why, you've got a big enough why, it's so important to keep that in mind, so when those challenges come, and they will, you can keep your eye on the prize. Number 5, learn to sweat in peace. You need to get out and keep physically active. You need to find a private time to your own where you can get out and you can work on yourself from a physical point of view. Your physical body is the vehicle that carries your consciousness. Number 6, simplify your life. You don't need everything you have, and everything you have right now is enough. Simplify your life, simplify your wardrobe, simplify the items around your house, and you'll find life much easier. 7, look for the lost gold. So many times, things that we believe are problems are actually opportunities. So now that we know that in perspective, why wait for the perspective to come? Why not see every problem as gold? See every problem as a possible solution that can come into your life. 9, push all your own buttons. So many people are waiting for a personal trainer or a savior or a guru to come find them. You should know in yourself what pushes your buttons, and you should be able to always constantly push yourself forward without the help of another person. 9. Build a track record. Whenever times get difficult, think about all the times that you succeeded in the past. Think about all the difficulties you overcome and think of your track record and how much that can help you in your current situation. 10. Welcome the unexpected. We all need uncertainty in life, and when unexpected things come into our life, you should welcome it because ultimately that's a part of your life story. 11. Find your master key. Napoleon Hill once said, the master key to wealth is mastering your own mind. You have your own master key. It might be something about you connecting with the universe, but what is the key that helps you stay present in your life? 12. Put your library on wheels. I've done this for about the last 10 years. It's difficult to read books in the modern world with so many distractions. It's still important to read physically a book, but audiobooks are such an incredible and useful tool. I'll listen to 2 or 3 books a week just through using my travel time and my audiobooks. 13. Definitely plan your work. Set out a list of what you want to achieve in the day and stay in the moment with each single individual task. 1 hour of planning saves 3 hours of execution. 14. Bounce your thoughts. When Steve Chandler was observing some children playing basketball, they were running with their right hand and would find themselves getting trapped until the coach yelled out, Jimmy, dribble with your left hand. So Jimmy would dribble with his left hand, and as he got better and better with his left hand, the whole court opened up. And isn't that true of our thoughts? Sometimes we keep thinking the same thoughts over and over again and find ourselves trapped in situations. It's time to think about different things in order to see the world differently. Light your dynamite. Dynamite fuses are very, very slow, and they're slow for a reason because ultimately you want to make sure that you get out of the way, but when they do finally reach the dynamite, they explode. Start slowly, be like dynamite, understand that yes, you will be able to conquer this situation, but maybe you'll start as the fuse before you get to the dynamite. 16. Choose a few happy people. Choose a few happy people around you that you spend the majority of your time around. You're more like the 4 people around you than you believe you are about yourself. So choose the happiest people to be around. Number 17, learn to play a role. We're all playing roles all the time, and it's quite often said, wear the clothes of the position you want to be in. Play the role. This is a beautiful cosmic game. You're divine light. Just play the role of what you want to be and you'll be surprised at what you can achieve. 18. Don't just sit there. Don't just do something, sit there, sorry. So sometimes it's important to plan, and it's important to put into action the ideas that you have and to write them down. And sometimes you need that reflection, you need that rest, you need to sit back and actually give yourself some downtime before you can get active again. It's okay, the yin and the yang. You can't be on 100% of the time. 19. Use your brain chemicals wisely. When you're in a motivated mood, understand that that's a chemical flux in your body, and you should use that chemical flux to get things done. When you are feeling tired and upset, understand that your body is now creating a chemical balance that's probably not conducive to work. So feel your body, acknowledge what's going on with your hormones and go with it. And number 20, leave high school forever. High school is a difficult situation for a lot of people. There's a lot of bickering, gossiping, comparing. And unfortunately for some people it continues into adult life. High school is over now. You no longer need to compare yourself or worry about what clothes you wear or trying to impress people or be in the in crew. Stop your high school behaviour. Anything that you do right now that reminds you of high school behaviour, it's time to stop and graduate to real life. That's part 1 of the first of 100 ways to motivate yourself. I can't wait to see you for part 2, but until then, goodbye.